not getting a yard from me today.
Okay.
What? Say that.
I would say somebody over there feeling like a bad bitch today. So not today.
Well, Betty. I'm trying. My fault.
No. But you know what it is.
I'm sorry.
It's the four brothers. You
Yes,
know,
indeed.
we back at it again. It is your boy DJ ASAP Jubilant in the cut, like Mark's sense of self, which that'll make sense to you later.
It's your boy Adam, SS Jurdo.
It is I, Jacoby, a.k.a. your friendly neighborhood Snorlax.
It is your boy Sir Himala. If you watched the last episode, you know that's what I'm going by now. At least staying to it.
Like that.
All trolls aside, it is your boy TJ. I go by TJ with the shots. And like my brother here said, we're in the cut like Mark's sensibility.
Because we're feeling. But no, so today we're going to do an Invincible Season 4 recap. If you're not familiar with the show Invincible, it's about a kid whose dad is basically Superman, and then as he get older, he found out his dad is basically Superman Hitler. His pops is a Nazi, basically. Am I wrong?
He's not.
He's not, okay. But his boss is basically Superman Hitler, and they all superpowered aliens.
You could.
What?
You could have also just been like, this is a coming of age story about Mark Sanchez who gets his superpowers as his dad is the greatest hero on the planet, and now he's learning to become a great hero just like his father. But there are twists and turns along in his lifestyle because that's the way every young hero has to learn through trials and tribulations.
Mark Sanchez is a USC quarterback.
You're right.
He's also been arrested for cocaine allegations.
You're right.
We got to get there.
He got an A. Grayson. Oh, no, I did say Sanchez.
Yeah.
If you don't know what Invincible is by this point, because we 4 seasons in, I need you to get up.
Get off the lot. Yeah, come on.
And spoiler alert, because we are talking
Big spoiler alert.
Y'all should have watched it by now. If y'all watching this video, y'all should have probably seen it already.
And if y'all don't care about spoilers, we appreciate y'all watching this video anyway.
And you know what you should do? Like, comment, subscribe.
Ring that notification bell.
you're going to learn about our Lord and Savior, Regent Grand Frag.
On God. AKA.
We'll get to that.
AKA Grand Regent Leak.
Yeah, okay. I see Jacob has lost the plot here today. But, so like I said earlier, we're going to do a season review, and we're going to just go ahead and jump straight into it. We're going to start with episode 1 called Making the World a Better Place.
Come on,
already sound like some Nazi shit, right? But,
can we get the Nazi Hitler's
are they not? Are they not?
You're right.
Are Viltrumites not Nazis?
Can we just say they're Saiyans?
Is that not the same thing?
Are you comparing Saiyans and Viltrumites to Nazi Germany?
Anybody that's trying to commit genocide against somebody,
No, that
free
wasn't.
Palestine. If we gonna do that, I'm just saying.
I didn't know we were starting off hot like this.
This is insane.
We don't have air conditioning on here today, so you know what we do.
Said he hot.
Come on now, but no, for real though. So basically, to start off the episode, Mark, if you watch season 3 finale, got his ass whooped.
As always.
That man, Conquest came in there torturous shit, right? And then, so he's now been rehabilitating, doing all these things, and now he's
the Invincible War as well.
Yeah.
All the multiple marks that pulled up.
Yeah.
So you had that and Conquest right after.
Literally. So after all that happened, now it's been, we'll say 6 months because Oliver is now 16. If you don't know, his little brother grows up at a very exponentially fast rate.
Yeah, so I'm like, he old as hell. What the hell?
Boy.
Yeah.
So he done did that. He is now also, they're working with their nonprofit company called Invincible Inc. Where basically, hey, yo, we need a superhero to come solve this shit. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Cool, whatever. So at the beginning of the episode, he ends up fighting this dude named Dinosaurus, I believe.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, Mark tweaked out. He found out he could not hold back no more because his cast and stuff fell off. He was like, oh, I'm in full swing now. Start whooping Brown's ass. Turns out, dude was somehow, if you've seen Teen Titans, he's like Plasmius. When he sleep, he turned into whatever, or
Tweaker.
Yeah.
He turned into a dinosaur.
Yes. But yeah, so long story short, it turns out he's just a regular guy, and Mark pretty much almost murked him. Mind you, this is the first 20 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
And then another girl named Universal done ended up dropping in. She like, yo, y'all got energy. I need it. Run me that electricity, B. So now,
Man, she did come in tweaking with the electricity.
tweaking. Not only did that happen, now Mark got to deal with the dinosaur and electricity person at the same time, and it was too much shit going on. Mind you,
the dinosaur first. He handled the dinosaur situation first because remember, Mark was also conflicted because of all the death and destruction that he caused between his fight with Conquest and the multiple versions of himself tearing up the entire planet. So he was very conflicted because all these people saw a different version of him, but they still think that it's him. Yeah. So he's having to fight ridicule from that, but also just coming to terms with like he had to do what he could to save the entire planet. Now, the dinosaur was taking advantage of that and playing on his mental because he's like, hey, y'all killing all these people makes it easier for us to now rise from these because the dinosaur dudes from a different realm, we assume. And he's basically like, my kind can now come up to the surface level and start feasting on y'all, and we can benefit from all this death and destruction. Mark's tweaked out. He said, I don't know. Ended up almost killing the dinosaur dude because he punched him so hard that like Malik said, he woke the human host up. So like he de-transformed from the dinosaur into a regular human, and Mark literally got dude as a human by the throat and was literally seconds away from snapping dude's neck. But the dinosaur dude was just like, I can't control it. It only happens when I go to sleep. Please spare me. Please spare me. And Mark does spare him.
And I think that's like where he kind of starts to feel like a true Viltrumite in a sense.
Yes.
Because they were literally conquerors and they just put down shit for the hell of it. So it's like this person has wronged me, so it's only right to kill him, but he's still part human as well. So that part kind of kicks in and you can tell it starts to fuck with him mentally over this episode and the next couple episodes that
for sure.
It kind of sets him in a place like, do I even want to be a hero anymore? But everybody around him is like, nigga, you powerful as fuck. You got to be a hero. There's nothing else you can do. So
I agree. I think, and to dive deeper than that, when you really think about Mark's mental by this point, because like you said, one thing I like about Mark's character as a hero is like he still keeps his human side, but you start to see him change from the events of the Invincible War, from the events of people like Conquest, and it gets to a point where he's like, yo, I can't hold back against villains anymore because I don't know if y'all gonna hurt not just me, but people that I love and care about, like my family and my girl, Eve. So it gets to a point where he's struggling on sparing and taking lives because, again, it's that mental tug of war of the human side and, like you said, it's Viltrumite side. And you see Mark battle this throughout this whole episode.
Season, really.
In the season, yeah.
Hey, his pop said it best. You better start fighting like a Viltrumite because when they come, they not going to hold back.
They not.
As
not wrong.
And we will, watch that happens, and we will see. Also, there were some weird happenings going on with Eve's power in that episode. People was like, I don't understand why she can't do something.
Creating stuff just for it to disintegrate within the moment.
So,
but then after that, then Universe that came to their universe, and she was like, I'm gonna need all your energy to save my planet, and there's nothing you can do about it. Literally went to a nuclear reactor and told them to turn everything on full blast right now. You ain't got no choice.
We can't do it.
And then that's when, like you said, thanks to even Mark's superhero for hire service called him and said, "We need y'all immediately." They pulled up. They started battling each other. Kind of, I ain't gonna lie. She was hanging with Mark for a decent amount. Her with that staff of electricity or whatever they called it. She was hanging with him for the most part. But then, like, once he hit her with that one good hit, knocked the staff out of her hand. Apparently, she lost all her power. Eve said, and quite literally put her to sleep with that one punch. Yeah. One punch.
Head ass. While all this is also going on, the Singwids, aka the little brains with tentacles, they done got the Earth. They done collected their whole army, and now all of a sudden they decided they was gonna rise up today. They done figured out some wholesome way to get rid of them and just pull them out because the Singwids can't operate without hosts, except for one, Patient Zero, astronaut Rand. Mark run up on him and then say, hey, it's either gonna be me or you. And I'm choosing me every time.
Do y'all think Mark made the right choice by killing her? Or do you think there's another way?
No.
Yes.
No.
He made the right choice.
Okay, let's talk about it.
You can't tell me that as far as Bulletproof was coming, Mark, you couldn't just pick him up and go meet him somewhere? I'm not hearing that. You had him in your hand for 30 seconds. Oh, I'm gonna wait. Just fall over and meet him.
It's the fact of the generator was literally about to go down in the next second if he didn't do that. He needed to be stopped right then and there, because if not,
he could have moved earlier.
you said could have.
He could have.
He was struggling.
But he didn't.
He did.
That's his fault.
They were slowing
Right.
down.
So in the heat of the moment, less than 1 second left, and you got to make a decision. I'm killing that nigga every time.
I ain't gonna lie, he had to go. I'm sorry.
He had to.
I hear you. That's a good point, but
Because say Bulletproof wasn't fast enough.
I mean, yeah, but he was. And again, that's why I'm saying you can pick him up and beat him.
If Bulletproof
And they was missing their shots.
Actually, no. If Bulletproof was fast enough, he would have got there and dude didn't have to die.
I guess.
Facts.
Actually,
I'm sorry. That's just the reality.
Got there.
Bulletproof just wasn't fast enough.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do agree with you to some degree that, like, yeah, Mark probably could have moved, but like he said, it's millions of them swarming this city right now. It all it takes is for one of them to get hold of Mark. They're cooked. And he was just in a spot where none of the other segments could reach him, and it's just like, yo, you got to make a choice. And like he said, it's do or die. If he doesn't do that, they break that seal, and then they spread it across the entire planet, and we're cooked. We're cooked. That's the end of the season right there. So don't get me wrong. I understand why you say that, but unfortunately, Bulletproof just wasn't fast enough, and I think Mark did what he had to do. But I also think that was also the turning point for Mark in trying to figure out, like you said, trying to battle between like his Viltrumite side of having to be merciless and ruthless when he needs to, but also the morality side of being a human. It's just like, life is precious. You shouldn't just be quick to extinguish it like that. You are not someone who has authority to just pass out judgment and execution like that. So that was definitely a lot for him, but it was definitely a big turning point for them. And then as this is happening, I think before the episode ends, we kind of flash to Thetis and Nolan.
Before we get that, I wanted to also ask
Oh, yeah,
the
what's up?
question. Do you think Rudy made the right choice by not listening to Bruh's command?
Yes, 100%.
definitely make the right choice.
Because it was just like, because his biggest Captain
America.
his biggest thing was just like, oh, we'll deal with the ones in the sewer after we take care of the ones up here in the city. Obviously, we see that probably wouldn't have been the case.
Rudy said, we ain't got time for that,
Yeah,
man.
that wouldn't have been the case because, again, I don't know if that barrier even covered like underground in the sewer.
Yeah.
It may have, but I could be completely wrong about that. But yeah, it's just like, I think Rudy was definitely right to go into the sewer. I thought he was cooked for a second, but he was fast acting. I thought he was gonna get caught, but when he transported that one citizen, and she was like, behind you, she saved his ass.
She definitely did.
Because I think he was gonna get
But
caught
he
in
was
that
still
moment.
almost cooked because
He definitely almost got cooked.
he coughed up one.
Yeah.
If you remember.
Yeah.
You know, and if it wasn't for Monster Girl being there, you know. So let me ask y'all this: do y'all think we'll see the sequence again? Because we've been seeing them a lot lately.
Probably.
Yeah, at some point, because it's a lot that goes on in the show. So I think that's something that's definitely coming back.
Problem.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired of them already.
I feel the
'Cause,
same way.
I'm like, y'all are. It's like a get rid of like freaking that one insect.
It's like a
that's just-
gnat or a stink bug.
Yeah,
Go.
all right, bro. If y'all don't gone, bro. But like, I get it.
I felt the same way about the Flaxens and the
I like the flaxes.
It be giving me
I've been looking like y'all always be having.
Hello.
We ain't seen them since season 1, and their whole gimmick is our time in our universe moves faster than y'all, so we're gonna come with a counter plan and prep time. We got prep time, and we're gonna spend the block.
Mind you, their prep time is like 2 weeks,
Yeah,
which is
compared
like
to Earth,
14
it's like-
years in there.
Yeah. But I guess my point is with the Flaxes, we've only seen them like twice, maybe 3 times compared to the Sequits. We've seen them
2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
about 3 to 4 times already. I mean, if we remember, Shapeshift is technically part of them.
He is. He's so unserious, bro.
They're from Mars.
Playing.
He is from Mars. I
They are
said
from
for the part, no
Mars.
human sensibility. But damn, there was something else I was gonna say about ending point. But it's all good because now we're gonna lead to episode 2 It's more so focused on Nolan and
Yeah, I know in that
Alan.
way episode.
And Alan was, helping them out, search everything, and it's called "I'll Give You the Grand Tour."
And that's a great title for the episode. No, I was about to say it's probably up there with like the top episodes of this season because like the last episode ended with Mark kind of coming to the conclusion like, okay, I have to find this good middle ground to be Viltrumite and human. This kind of gives you a tour on how Nolan got to be how he is today. So it's like it's crazy to see that like he came all the way from this empire that's built on death and destruction for you to do all this work to feel like you're becoming human to come back to this point again. What is your hand raised?
I know I can't be the only one. I was like, damn, I don't know who this Viltrumite is, but he sure look like Mark. And then they was like, Nolan, you know what day it is.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
By his parents.
By his parents. His mom was not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
I don't want to see y'all ever again
She
because
called
y'all
him
soft.
sorry. She called him soft. She said, "Y'all are sorry."
So in case for those that need a little bit of clarification real quick, episode 2 basically begins like Malik said. We start off with the flashback of young Nolan in his prime. He has just turned 18, and he was teaching the young cadets of Viltrumite, who the history of Emperor Argal, the great leader, and why he was the greatest Viltrumite to ever lead and do the damn thing.
Yeah.
Which I have something to contest from that, but continue.
I mean, I think that whole ass whooping kind of shows why Nolan did what he did in season 1.
Yeah.
We all looked at him as the villain. But like that,
It adds
that's
context.
that trauma, and that's how Nolan was raised to think, well, at age 18, you know your time, you got to get beat up by your parents, and this was right. And if you even think about it even deeper, Nolan is like his dad. Because in the episode, Nolan dad was like, all right, that was enough, son. And the mom was like, nah, bro, why are we stopping? When after he got done telling Mark, like, think Mark, and he's like, what I have? He's like, what you gonna have nobody else after everybody died? We still gonna be here. What you gonna have? And he's like, I'll have you, Dad. I'll have you. And what did Nolan do? Leave.
He was like,
He couldn't do nothing. He didn't know what to do. And see, I'm gonna get more into Nolan's character because I've been growing to really like his character development
Same.
lately.
that's cool.
But
Shout
his
out.
backstory, that whole back, and then
It makes so much more sense.
It definitely
Viltrumite
makes more
COVID
sense.
is crazy.
You did not just call the Scourge virus
was.
Viltrumite COVID, bro.
They
It
call it
was.
Viltra AIDS.
Yeah. I mean, that might be a little more accurate. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was. But yeah, so yeah,
It
basically,
was a pandemic for them for sure.
It definitely was a pandemic.
it was a pandemic. So yeah, as the episode continues, after after Nolan's trial by fire of turning 18 on your born day and having to go fight against your parents, we see this weird shaped pod descend into the planet Viltrum and release a green gas cloud. This has become known as the Scourge virus, and this was right after the Great Purge
Yep.
and Emperor Argal's death. And the Scourge virus, like they said, wiped out quite literally billions of Viltrumites. It got so bad they used the dead bodies to form a literal ring around the entirety planet.
Yep.
That is absurd. I need you to think about that.
Nolan seen his dad in there, man.
Nolan did see his father there. We don't know if his mom is still alive. I'm assuming she died. She might have died off, but we didn't see her body. So
Maybe.
But obviously, the relationship between him and his dad was a little bit more impactful than him and his mom. So
Yeah, for sure.
it makes sense that we don't see her body. But yeah, Nolan did survive. One of the few survivors of the Scourge virus, and with them surviving, their durability, healing capabilities, and super strength and speed were dulled or saturated. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Diluted was the word. It was weak as fuck.
All that shit.
It was weak as fuck. So we now know that the purpose of the Viltrumites was to go across the galaxy to find those that they were close to in genetic compatibility to be able to reproduce and rebuild the Viltrum Empire. AKA, it was fucking.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's just what it comes down to.
Pretty much, bruh.
And shout out Alan for helping out Nolan, help try to find his path, and my man had relapsing about Debbie, and I'm just trying to figure out, even though he had to listen to Alan go crazy
Every night.
Every night.
For no reason, though.
He said, you ain't tell me y'all had extra pods in here.
I know. I was nasty.
My bad.
So yeah, they arrive on the planet Telescria, and basically Nolan finally gets a chance to meet Thetis, and they were talking, and obviously Nolan realized that Thetis was a Viltrumite, and he was just like, hey, yo, big dog, who is you? 'Cause I ain't never heard of you. He was like, oh, yes, you have, but you know me by another name.
He was like,
And then
you
that's
son
when
of a bitch.
Oh, God. And then that's when it was revealed that Thetis was indeed the great betrayer, the one that killed Emperor Argal, and basically, we come to learn later on, released the Scourge virus.
See, Argal wasn't on shit, bro. That just
said Argal was
because you gotta
got
think, bro.
sneaked.
The way he got snuck, Thrag wouldn't have got snuck like that.
We go
Even Nolan wouldn't have got snuck like that. At his adult age now, someone jumping down to attack him, he was old, bro.
He was confident.
The older you get, the stronger you get.
Yeah,
Maybe he didn't think nobody was going to try him. Even though Thaddeus was like against a lot of the ideas of Viltrumites and how they were moving.
I have a I guess you can call it a theory, but I think the reason why this worked so well is because, to me, Thaddeus and Grant and Argal, I view them as two halves of the same coin. I think Thaddeus the only reason he was able to speak up against Argal like that in that conference chamber, not even because he's so old. I think Argal viewed Thaddeus with just as much respect as almost any other Viltrumite, because again, we hear Thrag, who was still a regent at the time, saying that Thaddeus used to be one of the most ruthless, merciless Viltrumites to ever step on the ground. So I'm thinking him and Argal were probably two halves of the same coin, and they was. You want to talk about 1A and 1B? It's them two. I just think that Argal was obviously more fit amongst the masses to become Grand Regent, and that's why he was in that position. And that's why I think Thaddeus, because he didn't have that mindset, he could go and now we done came back after this last battle. You have a little bit more sense of mind. You have a little bit more wherewithal to your thoughts and your actions, and just realize blind merciless killing like this is not going to produce results for y'all in the long run. I think we need to switch up that mentality.
I don't give him a pass on being one of the toughest niggas.
They call him a fraud. Let's just say
He a fraud.
If Thrag could recognize that he used to be him at one point, I have to take that as word. And
But you also got to realize Thrag didn't, even in the flashback, Thrag chose not to kill him because he didn't see him as a threat. That's what Argal said to him. Before he went to his death, he said, if you see him as a threat, take care of it. What did Thrag do? He said, all right. Kept it pushing.
But again,
and he was a threat.
Again, because
he pussy. He ain't expect him to be pussy like that and kill our leader. So of course he not gonna kill him. So of course he kill him.
Okay.
My fault.
Nah, you
I
good.
mean, he talking his shit.
I'm just saying.
To me it's just like, if there was any one Viltrumite that would have been able to get the jump on Argal to actually kill him, it makes sense why it was Thaddeus. Again, I understand Thrag. I think Thrag just wanted.
If he wanted to.
I think Thrag had this.
Thrag had no reason to kill him.
He had no reason,
He was with the bullshit. He was like, we Viltrumites. That's what we're trying to do.
He was, but again,
Thaddeus was the only one against the ideology of what they was on.
Right. Okay. All right. So also in the episode, Nolan and Alan decide to basically tour the universe. They got to go get all this stuff to make the Viltrumites weak. So they go get some beetles. They almost got murked on this planet because this goofy ass ship captain. Basically, he was supposed to move this thing. He ended up blowing it up.
Yeah, they was going like some scavenger hunt around the galaxy.
Yep, they recruited Space Racer, the Beatles. The Beatles.
First of all,
Cause you gotta peep.
He left Space Racer in the dark for 100 years. He said, "Oh, he gotta be dead." Stop, bitch! Fire! It's all
Space Racer was indeed not dead.
He was indeed.
It's just the fact they went through all these measures to silence and make everyone smaller that could have potentially held any ground against them. And it's just crazy to think.
Problem,
bruh.
That's how much of a problem it was from them.
And they did to multiple species.
Them, whatever they was called, that
The Beatles or the Raptors?
the Raptors.
The Ragnars.
They froze them.
They fucked up Conquest arm. That's where he got some of his stuff from.
Ragnars were the one. Ragnars were just as
They're a problem.
They got their shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so I think we got a good amount of talking about episode 2. We're gonna go obviously with episode 3, where we get a lot of Oliver being sorry because Oliver is sorry. And if anybody on the Pile of Fry,
No, he got to get your field, bro. He got to go back to the G League. Oliver got to go back to the G League.
Oliver is sorry, and I'm just gonna stand on it. I know a lot of people call Mark sorry. No, Oliver is a special type of sorry. And I don't want to hear he's just a kid. No, he a kid that don't fucking listen.
He not like
and that's
them.
my problem. He don't fucking listen. I don't care.
So episode 3 is called "I Gotta Get Some Air."
I'm gonna tell you why. So we get an update with Titan and Machine Head.
Titan fucking up, mind you.
Titan is moving. Yeah, he is moving hot. But to make a long story short, Oliver was like, "I'm a cover for you, Mark, for the incredible, Invincible
superhero for hire.
Superhero for hire." And his job is supposed to handle the dragon. What's bro name again?
Shane Song.
Tao Lee. I don't know.
Something like that. But Brian did.
One of our editors will correct that.
Mr. Lou.
So yeah, they basically he had to.
They gotta handle him.
Titan from Mr.
Wait,
Lou.
before we get to that part, can we talk about the fact they really tried to run up on Titan's family in broad daylight in the park?
I mean, they did tell him that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titan is like Ghost. He wants to get out the game with his family.
Do he?
He
No,
do.
no.
Titan actually wanted to stop. Well, he wanted to have his own control. He wanted to get out of Machine Head's control and just do his own thing.
He didn't want to be part.
That's why he was setting up all the employees. But
Yep.
guess what? And I like Machine Head too.
He
funny. Machine Head did the ultimate finesse and played both his ops to get them working back for him again.
Oh, man, that's
at the
the
end of the
commitment for
day,
you.
he said, "I'm gonna have y'all go against each other to make y'all realize y'all ain't shit without me."
Yep.
Come on now.
And what that make them say, hey, got the tripping. And it remind me, is this also the same episode the Flaxons came back?
I believe so.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is the same.
This is where
episode.
the Flaxons came back.
Rudy and Monster Girl. I also like how y'all calling him Rudy, because Rex, who?
I'm not calling him Rex, bro. That's weird.
Rudy, aka Rex.
That man
AKA
is
not
Rudy. You were no
AKA
no.
Robot.
Robot. That's your name. Your name
Yeah,
is Robot. Your name is not
what is their
Rex.
Justice League called? The Guardians.
The Guardians
Bro?
of the Guardians.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, they've ended up fighting the Flaxons, but again, like he said, Flaxons came back this time with countermeasures. They basically had these suits in this big ass sensor that basically protected them from de-aging as they crossed over into the Earth's universe. Tried to capture a decent amount of humans,
I
but
don't even know what they was gonna do with the human.
It don't matter.
they were making
taking them.
slaves.
Probably. That's what I was trying to figure out. I said, so y'all just came up to kidnap humans just
I
to.
guess.
Well,
Kidnap-
never mind. I've already said enough political things once today.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just have you.
Use it.
So, yeah.
Start colonizing.
Is that not the same thing?
So you calling them a bunch of Drakes?
Okay. All right. Let's move.
All right. Yeah. Anywho, to stop the big sensor from protecting the Flaxons, Robot Girl and Robot, aka Rudy, aka Rex, and Monster Girl cross over into the Flaxon universe to destroy the giant tower. But in doing so, they also closed the portal that connected them back to Earth. And at this current point in time, even until the end of the season, they are stuck in the Flaxons universe. We don't know what happened to them because we have not flashed back to them since. And prayers to them. Hope for the best. So yeah,
Essentially what
their
it is.
stuff. Guardians of the Globe are down 2.
Facts. Oliver got his ass whooped by that dragon.
Yeah, Mr. Lou did indeed turn up on Oliver, which to me is like, I'm not gonna cap. I get it. He's still like a giant dragon. I thought Oliver would have been able to handle that at least. Mr. Lou said,
I'm not mad at him losing to Mr. Lou. It's later on I get more mad about him.
Oh, of course.
I'm not mad at him for losing,
Because
but
I even struggle against Mr. Lou. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, he's like Kaido in this universe.
Some fucking.
he's not. He is what he is.
he
He
ain't
is
like
what he
Kaido,
is.
but like, is he not an old
Mr. Lou's bodyguard was beating the crap out of Titan. Like,
Dogging him.
I was looking like,
Oh my man, he the old dude off of American Dragon, Drake Long.
there you go.
I'm weak.
There you go.
Low key though.
He can turn into a dragon.
He can't
Yeah.
turn into a dragon.
It's true.
So
My bad.
All of that led into one of the most controversial episodes of this season. It got a lot of low ratings. I enjoyed the episode, but how did you guys feel about that episode?
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. This was the only episode. This episode was not in the comics. This was an original concept. Anime only, basically. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It wasn't. It did just enough as a filler episode to me.
Yeah.
And in reality, it's not even really filler because it ties back into the main story at the end of the episode where, first of all, Volcanica's not dead.
nope.
Volcanica's not dead.
And she's going to return at some point. I'm just wondering how they're going to do that with the Viltrumites, being on Earth.
I don't know.
I don't even know what they about to be on for the most part, but
We jumping ahead. We jumping ahead. a bit.
I was gonna say,
But in this episode, he gets teleported to hell. What is his name? Dark Blood. By Dark Blood.
Summoned.
Yeah, Damien Darkblood.
yup.
He summoned Mark using Omni-Man's blood because we find out that Darkblood was using a magic spell using Nolan's blood to try and teleport him back to Earth. But Nolan being off planet at the time, the spell drew the next closest relative, which was Mark in this case. So he was just like, I don't know what you expect, but I'm not my dad. I don't want to do this. But Darkblood was just like, please
You have to.
help us.
He said either.
Had to help out Satan.
He said either our dimension is destroyed and then it goes up there, or you help me. It's one or the other.
Yes.
Then
You hold anyway.
boy.
Which I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you good. You good.
I thought that was a really good plot point that I think will be used for later seasons. Is that there are multiple realms layered under the Earth's surface. So humans on top, and then the deeper you go, you get the demon realm at one point, and then so forth and so on. So I thought that was a cool plot point. It didn't really do anything to push into this rest of the season, but
Yeah.
a good plot point for future seasons.
A little break.
If they choose to go to it.
Robert Kirkman said he wanted to give Darkblood more screen time and to give him more just presence in the story. So I wasn't mad at the episode.
was a
Now,
cool episode.
is it the strongest? No. But you know what? There are episodes that has to walk so that some episodes can run.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Because of the quality of 4, we get into 5.
Well, hey, okay. First of all, in the words of Mark, I'm not bowing down to Satan. Let's just start there. But episode 5, from literal beginning to end, is nothing but an emotional roller coaster. It is called Give Us a Moment.
It shows you need a moment.
So first of all, it started off with Nolan being like, "Hey, yo, we need you to come help us with these Viltrumites. Because
Yes.
either y'all gonna help us, or they just gonna come to y'all. So figure it out."
Way.
And mind you, this is the first time Nolan has been back to Earth since he initially left.
Yeah?
So this was the first time Mark had seen his father, who I think at this point Mark still assumed that his father actually
Was dead.
Was dead at this point.
Because he was in that prison.
He was in the
That would help
Viltrumite
him break
prison
out.
last time he saw his dad. So Mark assumed his dad was dead. Him and Eve. Good fuck yeah, Amber.
Y'all gonna stop hating on Amber, bruh.
I don't. Oh well, yeah.
You said you want me to
I
stop
like
hating her?
trolling. I like the troll part of it.
Why would I have a reason to stop hating Amber?
She just
also got a point,
horrible girl, bruh. Okay, you know, we get off track. We get off track.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
Season 2 I didn't mind her, but season 1 Amber, oh hell no. She's
with
annoying.
him. So yeah, Nolan comes back to the Earth and says, "Hey, Mark, I need you to help me fight these other Viltrumites, or otherwise, this Earth is not going to be safe if we lose this war." And this, like you said, started an emotional downfall because now Nolan being back on Earth, he is trying to right some of the wrongs that he did in his past when he was on Earth, and his next stop was to see Debbie.
Yeah.
His pet, yeah.
Never ever get your bitch
I'm not gonna cap. I had to pause it when they first saw each other. When they first locked eyes, I paused it because you could feel the awkwardness oozing through the screen. Like it's just like.
She said, "Boy, I know you didn't just fucking pull up."
I know you fucking lying.
Nah, because it's just like, Debbie, how do you react in this moment? Like, The man that you love calls you a pet, destroyed half the planet,
Chicago.
brutally injured your own son.
Train.
Yeah, like
Then you got a bug bitch pregnant and then brought back the
a
son.
whole and had a whole other.
And now I gotta raise the son.
And now it's just like, you want me to come back and try to forgive you for that? Nah, big dog. That's just not cool.
And what's crazy, his apology was actually a fire apology.
It was spin.
I said Nolan is trying. I can see
He's
it.
trying.
And
He
this
is
was,
trying.
and that was, I love that conversation because, and this is where I'm gonna let Tim handle this one. That was when the start of Nolan's character development shifted in a way that I was like, okay, I'm a fan of you again. You're like, yeah, like you're still not shit.
Yeah, he's still not shit.
But I give you the A for effort for being able to man up and be like, I'm gonna hit this face on, and I will take the repercussions however they may be because I deserve it.
Bro.
He said what he had to do, and he kept it pushing. He said he didn't try to overstep. No, he just hit. Shout out Nolan for that.
She said, bow, bow. Try to punch
Call
her.
Oliver's mom a mistake, bro.
Yeah.
I was just like, bitch ass nigga. Never mind. But yeah.
Well, I will say this. So I found out in the comics, like I like how they did the apology a lot better in the animation because in the comics, it's like really weak. Like the way Nolan pulls up and talks to Debbie, it's like very short, and she's just like, "Oh, I forgive you." But like in the animation, like they're like, "No, you're gonna hear the frustration, the hurt, the anger, the sad, like all of the emotion." Shout out Sandra Oh for that great performance. I want to throw that out there.
Top tier voice acting.
You really feel the emotion come from her, and as you should. And then obviously Nolan doing his coming home tour. We even go see him visit Art, and that conversation was interesting because he just pulled up. Yo, but my favorite line is he's like telling him, he's like, "Yo, you know, you think I could get a new fit or whatever?" He's like, "Nolan, I closed your account. I only make suits for heroes. You're not a hero anymore."
He said, "You right."
That was like a big reality check for Nolan to realize, like,
Fuck up here.
It kind of
and I was like, that's real. You're not the hero
Yeah.
technically anymore. Like you're not. And Nolan is in a very interesting situation right now where he's trying to redeem himself and trying to be at least the hero in this fashion of he don't got no choice because his freaking bloodline and race wants to destroy everything and take over stuff. But yeah, no, I mean all that was crazy in my opinion as we lead to
Then we get
my favorite part.
Wait, before
I got a question, but what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say before we even get to outer space, one part that kind of pissed me off before they got into outer space is Eve not telling Mark.
Bro! Okay, let's ask that question. Should Eve have said something?
Yes. Because
Mark, I'm pregnant.
you're about to go fly off and fight.
Mark would have stayed if he would have found that out.
I don't think he would have stayed. I think he would have fought harder.
I'm on the
going.
opposite of that.
I think he would have stayed. I think he would have been. I think he would have been a little more hesitant on going.
Fuck, I got a kid on Earth. I gotta get rid of them. That's what I'm saying. I gotta kill you.
I think he would have been more determined.
The reason I argue this, and I'm gonna let Jacob get the mic, is because I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here. But again, if you watch the season, you know, if Mark felt guilty about not being there for Eve after coming back from the war, knowing that she had to do what she had to do,
Which I
but
call
it was her choice. Mark felt regret of not being around for that moment. I do feel y'all on the she should have said something, and I was hoping she would, but I also understand why she didn't want to because that was going to just be another added stress that Mark got to go out in space and fight these random Viltrumites that he don't know about for real, except the ones he only encountered. He didn't even know about Conquest yet. So let's think about it here.
Yeah.
Knowing Mark's character, do you think he really would have I like the energy of, he would have fought harder, but I also could see that hesitation in him being like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel comfortable leaving my girlfriend with my child to go fight a war.
You won't have a girlfriend to come back to if you don't bring your ass.
That's true.
Come on.
Now,
that is true.
Now, this is where I differ from him in a bit. I do agree that she shouldn't have told him. because even if she did tell him, he still would have went and fought. But we saw how much his mind was wavering just leading up to this battle. You mean to tell me now he has to? I don't think he would have had. I just don't think Mark right now in the point in the story that we're at, Mark is not mentally strong enough to be able to handle the reality of I have a kid my girlfriend is pregnant right now with my child, and now I have to go out here and fight some of the toughest and strongest Viltrumans to ever step on this space field, and I have to be able to beat them in order to save my planet. I think actually Mark has trouble maintaining a cool composure to be able to be in a fighting mood.
But
Hold on. Let me
I'm
I'm gonna add to his point too. Do you think, and I'm gonna let you get this, Mark, do you think Mark would have fought Conquest the same way knowing that he had a kid at home?
Absolutely.
I don't agree.
I don't
Absolutely.
I
Even
don't
more.
agree.
He probably would have killed him in the more even gruesomer way.
okay, so
Because you got
my whole point of what I was going to follow up to Jacob's point is Mark is also getting older, right? So he's like 19, 20, but now obviously you see the older he gets, the less compassion he has for certain people, especially his ops, which leads us to the next point of the episode. Like we said, they go to outer space and they recruited a few people. They run into this nigga Conquest and Steve Harvey and the rest of his people.
Steve Harvey.
So they get to boxing out
Fuck
there.
Cecil, by the way.
Fuck Cecil. But they out there boxing. I'm talking about to the death. Literally to the death. They end up on this random planet. Somehow, some way, Oliver done got his ass kicked again. And he say,
Remember, he said, I helped you fight Conquest. Remember, no, you survived fighting Conquest. You didn't help, you survived.
he didn't help it.
You were just in the way.
And mind you,
Let's
that
just
was
throw
the-
that out there.
And mind you, that was the dumb shit, and that was the dumb shit that we even have to go back to even remember.
He's a kid.
Oliver had to beg them to take him with them.
yeah, but he was going, I mean,
That was
he's
gonna be my
got two
question. Do y'all
Viltrumites.
think Oliver should have went?
No.
What?
No,
Yeah, we need the help.
no.
What was he doing?
He's still, even though he wasn't in the field, he's still a Viltrumite, bruh.
Nigga,
The only
I'm
benefit,
tired now. That's
the
only
only-
concept we
the,
found
the
out.
only benefit Oliver got out of going on this trip was getting a better relationship with Nolan.
That's literally it.
And he got
That-
to train with him. That's it.
I was gonna say that because I ain't gonna hold you. He fuck around, died on Earth fighting them villains. Because you gotta think, if Mark wasn't there to save him plenty of times, he would have died.
He would have lived because most of all the Guardians and everybody ain't had no promises. They've been
To be
gone.
honest, I think
Nobody pulled up and did something.
Conquest almost ripped him in half the first time.
Conquest is in space. I'm talking about while they was in space. If Oliver would have stayed, he would have been fine.
No.
I think it would have been a better training course for Oliver for him.
I mean,
to,
the sequence would have won without Mark there.
The who?
The sequence,
But they handled them already.
right?
What was you saying, Jacob?
I think if you want Oliver to be a better combatant, you put him into the position of, hey, while Mark's gone, you're our Viltrumite on hand. We need you to step up.
Nah,
They just tried that. With the whole Invincible Inc., they tried that. And he was
that's what I'm saying. It's better to have him on hip, and he trained with his father, and still got his ass
My point
whooped.
exactly, and that's
his
what
jaw
I'm.
knocked
But
loose.
that's what I'm saying right there. If y'all think he couldn't obviously he couldn't handle being Invincible Inc. He couldn't handle that. So y'all think he's gonna fare better by going to space and fighting literal?
He will fare better being around his father and his brother because they will try to protect him with everything they
I'm
have.
sorry.
Did they?
I'm sorry. Respectfully, I'm
Did
sorry.
they?
I'm sorry.
He not dead. He not dead.
While he may not be
He
dead,
not, but he
while he
fucked
may not
up.
be dead, obviously we see between the tutelage of Nolan and Mark, that is not enough to handle
Fact.
at least two.
But
Bruh,
no one
I'm
knew
sorry.
it was gonna be that type shit except for maybe Nolan.
Yeah, they didn't know. But knowing what we know now, they did not do a good job of protecting Oliver. But I will say, hold on. I will say it is Oliver's fault because Nolan did tell him, what did he say? Don't put your hand on the stove. AKA, don't pull up on people by yourself.
Especially him.
Especially him.
He said, I beat you once before I do it again. You didn't beat Conquest. What you mean? But without that, we don't get one of the coldest freeze frames in the whole series.
Bro,
Let's just
And I don't want to hear nobody talk about
Conquest
visual
was-
animation.
He was about to
Because that
on
was
bro.
a crazy frame.
And I promise you, I'm not gonna cap. In the same way I laughed when Gwen Stacy fell to her death in Spider-Man, I would have laughed the same way watching Oliver get boomed because he did it to himself.
He did do it.
I'm sorry, like I'm just like, bro, like it's just like first off, yes, you are a Viltrumite, but you're still leagues weaker than these other Viltrumites who have been nerfed by the Scourge virus, which is insane to think about that.
Yeah.
Second, you tried to step the conquest again when he dribbled you like a free throw at the free throw line, and you bro, like it, Oliver did it to himself too many times for me to give him grace at this point. Yeah. I just can't. Tech Jacket, I don't give a fuck about them poison darts. You just. Oh my God! Tech Jacket is not fraud watch. I need just
no, because she's the kid too. She's just a kid.
No.
We can't keep relying on this. She's just everybody a kid. Oliver a kid, she a kid.
And they both ain't do shit for real.
Look at me when I say
because at least Tech Jacket was being a good support. She knew her role. She played great support and helped where she needed. Even though she did not defeat a Viltrumite, she helped Space Racer when she
saved the goat.
She saved Alan when they got lost after fighting Conquesting them in space. She was helpful.
She's Will Chamberlain.
Will? Huh?
No.
Person to say.
Just like Will in his 100-point game that
we don't got the film. I'm sick of you.
We don't have because it is stated that Tech Jacket off-screened one of the Mark variants in the Invincible War. She did that by herself apparently. I need to see the film and how she did that and why she ain't doing that the same with these other Viltrumites. I need to see the footage. I need to see the tape. I need to see the tape. You cannot sit there and say, she off-screened one of the Mark variants by herself, and she can't handle a couple more in space when she got help.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, I'm about to say.
Alan was saving her.
Alan
was getting jumped and was saving her.
Yeah, but you also have to realize the Mark variant, Mark is much weaker than them niggas they was fighting.
We don't know that. How do we know that when there's no power system?
Multiverse Marks, so I don't.
But I'm saying I would think if they're the multiverse Marks, I don't think they would have surpassed Mark in that level except for maybe like one of them or some shit like that.
Black and yellow one
type shit.
The one with the cat. That needs to be vicious.
I'm not gonna.
But I'm like the rest of them. If it was just a little off normal one, I could see them dying easily.
Were weaker than Mark. Like most of them were already weaker than Mark.
That's why I'm like.
Okay.
So it's hard to scale, and that's the problem
there
with
is
the story
no scale.
too. Because Robert confirmed there's no power scaling.
That's okay. That ain't no problem.
You know,
that ain't no problem. But also, we also get probably one of the most gruesome deaths in animation series I've ever seen. Cause he really, I give Mark this because I was also like, kill this nigga, kill him.
He did say he wasn't gonna breathe again.
He said you ain't no breathe again. But with that, also Mark lost his guts. No exaggeration. Really was pulling them hoes out. We was like,
And like you said, with him killing Conquest, if he knew he had a baby back on Earth,
he would have.
You got to think the determination and locked in. You have to be. He would have choked this nigga flying around while he bodying you.
You're saying
bodying.
I don't think he.
I
don't think I got that bag in him yet.
You gotta think.
I don't think so.
If he would have known he had a kid, I think he would have fought a little more cautious.
Hell nah. Cause you got to think he got Eve back at home. He want to make sure Eve is cool.
Yeah,
seeing what she been through.
Can't use her powers.
What Meek Mill say? Scared money don't make no money.
No.
Why you think he went through all of it to choke this man with his guts being chewed?
Because at this point he thinking, hey, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta protect Earth because if I don't kill him now, he will kill everybody.
But that's where the confusion. That's where this is where it becomes a fine line, in my opinion. I think in order to handle a Viltrumite, yes, you have to be ruthless and merciless, but you also have to be composed and calculating. Mm-hmm. I think Mark, knowing that he has a child on the way, I think Mark he might lock in, but he's gonna lock in the sense of Naruto when he goes into a berserk nine-tailed state. Yeah, he's got all this power and he's not holding back at all. He's not holding back whatsoever, but because he's not holding back, he could be more susceptible to just some random bullshit happening. He get double teamed because he's focusing on this out of pure anger and like determination, like, oh, I want to protect my child. And it'd be that much easier for another Viltrumite to come up, sneak him. Now he's dead. And it's just like, It wasn't where the Viltrumites himself.
On that planet, like what?
It wasn't where the Viltrumites himself.
I do think.
I just don't think he won't. I can't.
I think on some bullshit. I think about it as I'm saying all this. I think whether he know about the kid or not know about the kid, I think the same result would have happened, and
I
probably
agree.
damn near lost his life.
Oh, for sure.
Either way,
Bro,
I
and I
think that was a good
I can see that
episode, too.
happening too.
Also,
I like how they built
Like, I can still see Conquest doing the same move to Mark, even if he fought with more strategy or not. You know what I'm saying?
they really hit us with the greatest pump fake in animation history. They was
Like,
like,
you got-
no, we just fucking with y'all. He dead for real.
I'm glad.
Man.
So,
But yeah.
we had to talk in depth about that. So we're gonna move along here. As we know, Mark gets recovered due to the help with Nolan and
He was out for
Oliver.
3 months.
Yeah, in the
He was out
comics
for
it was
two.
actually
He's
longer.
out for two. Yeah, he was out for.
I thought it was like 6.
No, in the
Nah, he was out
annex
for
it was
2 months.
2 months, but in
Yeah.
the comics it was like 8 months he was out for. It's like 8
Yeah.
or 9 months. In the
So
comics.
he's out, and during this time of him being unconscious, obviously, like we said earlier, Nolan and Oliver begin to get a chance to hash out their differences. Oliver gets to speak from the heart and saying, "Hey, I heard you say that you didn't care about my mom. She didn't mean nothing to you, and that hurt me. Like, what am I as your child? Like, especially with like me. I don't know if you know this, but I look up to you as like as a dad. Like, I'm wearing your symbol, big dog. Like, I call myself
Glad
kid.
we had
I'm
that
like,
conversation.
yeah, like so.
sure,
They had
for
that conversation, and again, just the same way that he did with Debbie. I think Nolan handled it head on. He ain't shy away from it. He said, "Look, I know I haven't been the best father to you. You can say that I'm not shit. I accept that. I didn't want you to become a bit of what I am, so I didn't know how to approach you in terms of being a father to make sure that you don't end up like me again." And they kind of had a chance to work that out. And then as they get a chance to conversate, their relationship grows, and now Oliver has a chance to bond and connect with his dad
and train.
and
Which is the most important.
which is the most important. Didn't do
I wish
shit,
Mark would have got that training.
man.
He did. It just, we got time lapsed about
But
it.
yeah, I think that was just another good. I think, but it's funny because Nolan having to handle the demons of his past. I think this is kind of what. This was a chance for the audience to kind of understand. I get a chance to see Nolan in a more humanized sense. Like we got a chance, like okay, so he isn't perfect. Like he does have flaws, and he's able to handle his flaws like a real human, as a real man would. So that was dope. They bond, and then Mark wakes up, and it's just like, all right, big dog, let's get back to Telescria so we can continue the war.
And then that makes me want to ask y'all, who's the mole? 40 Chubbs?
Oh my god!
What did I think was the mole? I thought it was Alan Girl. I ain't gonna lie. At
Nah,
first,
I knew it
thought-
wasn't her.
I didn't think it was Alan's girl. I thought it would have been one of the other not the
Shit,
cap,
the crewmates.
the crewmates. Maybe one of the other crewmates.
Captain.
For a second, I thought I was like, his little goofy ass.
But he's just too dumb to be a
He is.
yeah. Nah.
That was my point.
But I thought it was like an unnamed like crewmate or something like that. But
Nah, facts. But no, I just wanted to point out one of the scenes that I really liked in that episode is when they were going to get those eggs for the first time, and Yola was about to murk that animal, but he was like, Oliver was like, "Yo, Dad, listen to me. If we kill this animal now, not only we do this for no reason, we ain't gonna have no chance to get no more eggs." And for Nolan to really sit there and listen to his son, that was a very pivotal point in their relationship to be like, okay. All right, I'm gonna let my young bull rock. You know what I mean?
That was a W Oliver moment. That was
So,
smart.
it
I
was
was
like,
like,
okay, cool,
I give
cool,
him
cool,
that.
cool.
it was.
Still
But yeah.
sorry, but yes.
Okay.
So sorry.
But yeah, so then we get back to Telestria, and there we was minding our own motherfucking business.
And then look up in the sky.
I'm about to blow New Jersey up.
What we see? A
Dude said,
Viltrumites.
A Viltrumite galactic cruiser really up that pole on Telestria,
Mind
and
you,
they
this is-
started nuking that city.
Mind you, this was right after it was like, yeah, man, if they come through here, we'll be able to figure this shit out.
No, we won't.
Let's find out.
And
Let's
then
find out.
we see Thetis in his bag.
Man.
Krieg was getting what?
Krieg,
Krieg was getting
he
worked.
threw off a Nissa a couple times.
Yeah.
I think he traded a quick like 1-2 with Lucan maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thetis, Allen, and
Ted Jacket was struggling.
Ted Jacket was definitely struggling.
Yeah.
Nissa almost clipped her on that, bruh. Almost crushed her big little dome forehead. Talking about, I need a minute to recover. I can't see. Where are my glasses? I can't see without my glasses.
Alan to save the day.
Alan saving days. Oh my god. Alan putting in the
Shout
footwork
out Alan. And then we get the top tier ore farmer collector Thrag. People was trying to say Thrag's a fraud because he ain't come out the ship. He ain't do nothing. He was just holding the skull, Look, I was like, I don't know where this fraud allegation coming from.
I don't know
The
what
minute
this nigga
Oliver
is.
and Mark destroyed the ship, and I see Thrag just posted up or form, I said, hold on.
He said, all right.
He might know something we don't know. I'm not going to put them allegations on him yet. And sure enough.
Also, I just want to say, was it Allen or was it Thetis that shot bruh in the head? I said, that's a great shot, mind you. From like 35 yards away, hit him right here?
I want to say,
Or was it the general girl? I can't
I
remember.
think it was a general girl.
Okay, what's her name? I'm sorry.
Talia.
Yes. Wow.
It sounded like
She said, you
Celestia.
bitch ass nigga.
Oh, yeah.
It was you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we found out that the mole was one of the computer. I'm gonna call him the receptionist of the coalition of
They was being scary.
planets.
Scary.
One of the
I didn't think he was
administrators.
gonna win.
He didn't think they was gonna win. He thought the Viltrums were gonna be too strong. So
Even though he see them literally overtaking like their population, or
Literally.
their control. Like,
They ain't gonna never win.
So yeah, the Viltrumites. So to let Alan and Thetis fought against the Viltrumites, and they destroyed the cruiser and the Viltrumites, including Thrag, with his skull in hand. They fled from Telestria, headed back to planet Viltrum, and right after that, Nolan and Mark show up, and they're like, "What's going on? What happened?" They were like, "All right, Viltrum just attacked us. We destroyed their ship. We got a couple of them. They kind of weak. So here's what we gonna do. We gonna go over to planet Viltrum, and we gonna jump them because they don't think we about to pull up on them like that.
Although they knew.
Even though they knew, and they
knew
were
the
just
drop.
like,
They had to drop.
Thrag isn't with the rest of his forces. We have the best shot to do this in numbers." They were like, "Okay, bet."
I felt bad for Alan because he was like, "Can we take a moment to like calculate the people we just lost?"
Yeah.
Because, Thetis was so like, we gotta get these.
he was on-
And Alan was like, "Bro, I don't care about none of that, bro. My people just died here." Like,
Planet just got
Can we
attacked.
build
City
people
just got
together?
attacked. Like,
But also, I do kind of agree with Thetis. If we don't do this
You got
shit
to.
now,
Yeah.
they just gonna keep figuring it out. We don't got time for that, bruh.
he said, "We got them cornered." Yeah, y'all
Literally.
Yep.
So we thought,
So-
which leads us to
Come on, my favorite episode.
episode 7.
Don't do anything rash.
So we have now Nolan, Mark, Oliver, Thetis, Battle Beast, Space Racer, Tech Jacket,
Come on.
and Talia.
Did you say Alan?
I said Alan.
Okay.
I said Alan
He
too.
does. There was like 8 of them.
That's about 8 of them. They gathered together and they headed to planet Viltrum. Their plan was simple.
Needle energy.
Their plan was simple. They were going to hide among the dead bodies of the Viltrumites and sneak attack, fragging them when they were entering the planet to kind of jump them. But little did they know,
They was already on.
Thrag knows all. Thrag had this shit planned from the jump. He said, "All right,
He really did.
my boys, here's what's gonna happen. They gonna try and come here and jump us. So here we gonna jump them first. Y'all gonna hide in dead bodies, cause that's where they least expect us to be."
Hold on, wait. Before we even get to that, we skipped the first 5 minutes of the episode where this man Thrag literally caused a Holocaust Civil War type situation. Mind you, why you take out the black Viltrumite first, right?
okay.
Why you take him out
That's
first?
the flashback.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So
Their ideology is
We-
so kind of dumb. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like,
That's
y'all
just-
off of yourselves, and now
that's
y'all,
just-
y'all in this predicament.
We
because
gotta
of
get
y'all.
rid of the weak. Oh damn, we
So-
missing people.
So before that, let's rewind just a 5-minute span. The start of episode 7 gives us Thrag's backstory and how he became Grand Regent. So we go back to the scene of Thetis killing Argyle, and then this episode starts with 6 Viltrumites carrying Argyle's casket down and placing it there, and Thrag is just like, "Hey, big dog, hey, listen, y'all here. Don't worry. Even in death, Argyle's still teaching us the ways. Now listen, this is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do. These niggas we already have a cancer that done killed our great leader, and he done ran into hiding. We already got one person poisoning the well. We cannot let this shit continue. We gotta weed out the weak." And like Malik said, unfortunately, it was a black man that took the first
He
L.
fucked his hairline up.
Thrag turned around and said,
It was personal.
he said, "Hey, big dog, do you plan on betraying us at any point?"
Never.
"No, Grand Regent, I don't. I don't believe you." Stop! Whoa! Signature move, pulled out the signature. Shoot.
It was over.
And that indeed started great. Thrag did indeed start the Great Purge, and at that point, that is when we flash back to scenes from season 2 of when Nolan explained his backstory to Mark, and it was just like, so yeah, the Great Purge happened right after our Emperor died. We killed all the weaker warriors, only the strong remained, and right after that, Scourge virus. So even more of them died. So again, terrible timing.
Crazy.
Self genocide here. And then a virus, a planet-killing virus right after.
Viltrum COVID.
Terrible time. And mind you, whole time the Great Purge is going on, Thrag is in his throne room chilling.
Literally like this.
I mean, just sitting on the chair, hearing all the noise outside, talking about some, damn, that's crazy.
He had to tell them to chill out because they was about to try to fight him. And he was like, yeah, this really ain't what y'all want.
Hey, so this is a question here. Hey, man. Thrag versus Conquest.
I'm going Thrag.
Come on, man. I'm Thrag.
Conquest was going to try to fight.
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm still.
Conquest going to.
Don't get me wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, look, I'm still taking Thrag at the end of the day, but I'm not going to cap. Conquest would have put up a hell of a fight.
We gonna get to it later in like 2 minutes, but I think after everybody seen this shit, that's all I need.
Well, yeah, obviously, he was grand.
After this,
he was Grand Regent for a reason. So yeah, after the flashback scene, like I said, we get to Planet Viltrum. Thrag saw this shit coming a mile away. He planted his ops inside the dead bodies and said, when they get inside the ring, we jump them. And thus began one of the. I don't even like, bro. This battle was.
We just gonna put it.
That fight was hot, man.
Space Racer MVP. He dropped 3 Viltrumites and helped blow up the planet.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say what it was. He really put. Don't give him a switch because it's just. Thrag was Orform and still he didn't. It didn't matter.
Thanos was also semi a hoe. Thanos was a hoe. He was a hoe because basically before they got the Viltrum, he was like, yeah, man, shit. If I gotta release the Scourge virus again on all the Viltrumites, I'm gonna do it. Noah looked at him like, hey, you know my kids has had Viltrumite, right? Thanos was just like,
it don't matter.
So there's that. Look, we just gonna let bruh. He be paying.
He's always me out. I ain't gonna lie.
He be paying the rent sometimes. He be helping out. It's this thing bug in here. But
Dr. Kill it.
So that happens. We also get one of the greatest impact frames I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
This man, it hit him dead on the head. It was just like demon.
I killed Conquest. I kill you too.
This is it.
Prove it. Here you go.
He said,
my man stopped that punch with his hairline.
Literally.
Didn't even move. He
leaned into it.
Dog in him. He saw that demon in him.
And then mind you, dodged the Space Racer bullet without even looking. He just said no. He just said no.
Smack this man, Mark, with a crazy backhand out of fucking atmosphere, and then this nigga Oliver.
So I don't.
I'm a Viltrumite too. Get your bitch ass out here.
First of all, you're not a Viltrumite.
He said, you're inferior.
Ripped his arm off, smacked the bottom of his jaw.
One backhand, man.
One backhand.
That's what he did. Noah literally told him, do not fight Thrag by yourself. What does Oliver do? Don't listen.
And then I think we get to me. And then after that, after Oliver gets obliterated.
After getting punched.
That I was gonna say, to me, that's probably the best feat that Thrag did. He punched Nolan twice, y'all.
Yeah, he only
the first time he punched Nolan, he punched him into
just to have a conversation.
Viltrum's surface, to have a conversation, to be like, hey, big dog, I still rock with you. You can come back. I'ma still kill you, but we at least I'll give you grace in it.
Family.
We family. Like, I'll give you grace. Like, your kids gonna die, but I still give them grace because you still you was one of us. Didn't accept it. Like Malik said. All right, bet. Charged up the super punch.
You gotta realize how strong that punch was, because Nolan resisted a black hole, like in the first or second season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, not even how strong it was, but how obviously they slowed it down for animation purposes. But you know how quick you got to move your arm back for it to have its own gravitational pull, and then to sock this man out of the atmosphere.
No, that
was more so like him his arm made a wind vacuum, not a gravitational pull. There's a difference. The nerds will say there's a difference, and there is. But cocked his arm back, made a vacuum uppercutted him so hard that Nolan quite literally ignored Planet Viltrum's gravity and went into orbit and went out into orbit. Only reason he stopped is because he ran into like a couple thousand dead bodies.
He was still.
And even then, he was
Still struggling.
That's insane. That's insane.
And let's not forget, before he even got socked, Thrag even told him, like, do you think Thetis is going to let you and your kids survive?
He said, hell no, I don't think so.
So
he said,
I'll come rock with your boy. He's like, I can't rock with y'all either. And I'm like, he's like, so he don't agree with Thaddeus, but he also don't agree with Thrag. But he also understands, we got a box, bro. I don't agree with this ideology.
He said, don't worry. I'm going to still shed thug tears over you. And proceed to uppercut that man to the literal orbit, which was insane to me. So in any other cases, a nigga would have been dead.
For sure.
For sure.
I think most Viltrum durability, boy.
Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna cap. I don't see if it wasn't Nolan.
Anybody else would have
Any other Viltrum?
Yeah.
I think any other Viltrum might die.
Their head would have been gone.
They would have been gone. It would have been a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Without a doubt.
Their body would have, maybe their head would have just flew up, or it would have disintegrated. But the body would have just been, it would have been.
So yeah, after doing all that, they realized, okay, we can't beat Thrag. So, and again, I get it. They blew the planet. Now again, I'm standing on this.
Here we go again.
I get it. It's what you have to do because there's no other option left. But again, y'all chose to piss off the one nigga y'all couldn't beat when he was cool and calm. Y'all blew up the only thing he was fighting for.
Hey, bro, they had to do something, bro.
Vader said,
What else are you going to do?
I get it.
It was either Viltrumite AIDS or they was going to have to.
And that's why, again, I understand it completely. I just like, this is what y'all get. So, Space Racer up that Glock, up that pole, pow, planet gone. Theta's talking about, hey, big dog, we just destroyed the planet. Y'all ain't got nothing else to fight for. So y'all only option is surrender.
Ain't nothing worse than a man ain't
Theta,
he already got
from
lost,
the
bro.
depths,
Nothing to lose, bro.
from the depths of his soul,
Thrag.
looked at them and said, I choose death.
Bruh, him flying through them rocks, bruh. He
With
didn't
tears in his eyes.
Tears in
I
his
ain't
eyes.
gonna lie.
Once I saw that
It was
nigga,
poetic.
One of the most beautiful scenes.
It was cold. I came out. It was so cold.
once I saw him crying, I knew, oh yeah, y'all are cooked. Y'all are absolutely cooked.
What he
That
saying?
man put
I was
fear
too
in
quick
my
by Datus, but Nolan, you gonna feel this.
He said, I'm going to talk you through this ass whooping.
And mind you, grabbed Thetis, ripped his head off, said, Argol, we got it back in blood. Appreciate you, big homie. Crushed the skull and said, y'all are next. And then literally, quite literally, picked up Nolan by his whole collar and said, come with me. Back through the same crater he dug a hole through to get to Thetis.
Bro, shit was so crazy. Literally, everybody stopped fighting except for Thrag and Nolan.
He said, Alec, I need you to go find Oliver.
They said, huh?
Literally watched the
planet blowing up, the Thrag crashing
There's
down.
a lot of shit going on.
It was a whole lot going on.
So yeah,
I don't blame him, man.
Then he had, I ain't never seen the fear in nobody's eyes like how Mark was when he was running from Thetis or from Thrag.
hawking him down. And then you gotta say, mind you, this was right after he watched Thrag put a hole in his dad. Straight hole. Straight.
I thought Nolan was cooked.
I did too.
I thought Nolan was cooked.
But
I said, dang, so much for that redemption arc.
I would have understood if he did die in the moment. I understand it.
Hell yeah.
I get it.
Yo, Gus is spilling in outer space. Then Thrag now all of a sudden got a heart. Then that's honestly, we'll get to this in the next episode. I think that's when he came up with the idea. When he was like, he's like, I could kill him, but he is still half Viltrum, right? So I'm gonna let
One
him.
of us.
You let him go.
That's a bad.
Gave him the great idea. We already lost too much. I'm just killing my own kind out of anger and frustration and hurt.
So as episode 7 ends, Thrag pulled up. They tried to fight him, didn't work. Blew up his planet. Murked the leader of the coalition of planets. Left Alan, Nolan, and Mark for dead in outer space, and said, "We gotta go."
It was like, what?
And then we transition into episode 8 of season 4, the season finale. What?
Before we even get to that part, they was like, bro, we've been looking for the Viltrumites for like 2 weeks. We don't know where they went. Mark said, hold on. They can't go nowhere else but dun, 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 Earth.
Come on, man.
There's like, go ahead and get
Yeah, even him like imagining what he thought they did is like super crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just
So-
for that to not happen. But I mean, I compare Mark's PTSD of not knowing where the Viltrumites are at. It's like the same as if you find like a crazy ass bug in your room and you don't know where it
You
went.
lose sight of it.
And you just know.
I'm gonna tell you what it
You
is.
know it's in the room.
You
You know it's in the room, but you can't.
You can't
pinpoint
find
where
it,
it's
but you
at.
know they somewhere.
God.
bro.
It's really the equivalent to when the Teen Titans finally beat Slade and Robin just couldn't get over
Right.
it. He just kept seeing him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Thrag gave Mark Slade treatment, just
For
straight
sure.
PTSD fear. But in the good news, you know, he got to go back to his woman. You know, we saw thick Eve for the first time.
She got a little chunky.
You know what I'm saying? And then we finally do
Turned
get to
into a
learn about what
Did
happened.
y'all peep that she low key might have messed with one dude?
I don't think
So she was holding bruh hand at first.
He gay though.
talking about William.
nah, Williams dude.
Oh, they're both gay.
I'm saying he's gay though, so I
That's
don't know.
William. That's William's
I think,
boyfriend.
I think he was just. I think he was probably. They were probably the two that she confided in the most. When spoiler alert, we come to find out that Eve had gotten so thick, aka became a torta, because she had a abortion.
She not Hispanic, dog.
I'm about to say,
Literally. The name of the episode is also "Don't Leave Me Hanging Here."
Yeah. So
yeah, a lot of it's just
Mark-
Mark stressing.
Mark stressed. They came back to Earth.
I need Cecil to take that bass out of his fucking voice.
Let's talk about
sure
that.
it was.
Cause who the fuck? Who are you talking
But I
about?
do
Cecil?
understand because he was like, I need you to nearly die 2,000, 100, whatever times before you.
2,341 times.
Now you want to know one thing I wish they would have brought up? Why didn't you tell me that Conquest was alive?
I do wish Mark would have addressed him for that, but that fear thread put in that man's heart was so
He said,
bad.
"Fuck a Conquest."
He ain't even worried about that no more. Which I ain't gonna lie, season 5, I still need Mark to bring that up to Cecil. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care. I still need Mark to bring that up because you're not gonna sit here and tell me I left this man in your hands to handle this shit for me to almost die fighting him again over some stuff you thought you could conform because you know he ain't St. Clair, he ain't Darkwing. Speaking of them, then they trying to bring back Monster Girl and Rudy. They struggling.
God, I almost
Donald
fucked
act
that
like he
shit
don't know
up.
how to pull a lever. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. Selling.
I do have a question though.
What's up?
Why is it that Cecil did bring up that exact number of times?
That's how many. I'm assuming people died in the Chicago incident.
Yes.
Honestly, I felt like it was maybe more, but okay. That- it is a lot of people.
You're specific. I think this is
Chicago.
This is specific, but you also have to think Chicago was also the moment where Omni-Man basically betrayed Cecil, and Cecil never really got a clear answer as to like why did you do that? Like Nolan never gave him an answer for that, so he was just like, as from Cecil's perspective, Nolan, you just went rogue for the fuck of it. So I think that's why that's even though the total was more because obviously Conquest came in right after, but that in that whole thing. But I think specifically he's holding on to Chicago because that's the moment where it's just like, damn, I thought we was cool. Like what happened? Like
I don't want you
what's
to
the
think about
what's
this
the
shit.
beef?
What?
In terms of just Cecil, the whole Nolan interaction,
I think Cecil should have been dead. They should have been killed Cecil because Cecil only causes more problems. Because why does a person with no powers controlling the people with powers?
he's about any means necessary type nigga.
Because he's for Earth. You gotta remember that.
No,
Is he though?
Yes.
He was just doing what he needed to do.
You see what happened with Nolan. He can't let that happen again. So
I do.
I understand. him.
So you keep Conquest alive?
I understand that because Mark, on the other hand, could have gone off as well. Because I see Noah do it. I don't know if I could trust Mark.
or Oliver.
And we've seen something similar to this. Cecil is like Amanda Waller from DC.
Let's talk about it.
Cecil's basically
talk about it.
Cecil's their Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller did a lot of stupid shit that did not benefit the DC universe. Project Cadmus, the entire Young Justice like timeline. She caused all of that. She did a lot of dumb shit that didn't benefit nobody but herself because again, she was so pro Earth, pro government that it's just like I have to be able to do what I can to protect the ordinary citizens that I'm here to protect. Cecil has that same mentality. Granted, keeping Conquest alive, dumb. That was a dumb idea. I agree with you. He got an answer for that. But yeah, Cecil is in charge because Cecil is willing to do that's another thing. Cecil is willing to do whatever it takes to protect Earth by any means necessary. So you kind of have to have somebody like that in charge, and that kind of makes sense when we got his backstory, how like why he is the way that he is, and like the things he had to go through. Don't get me wrong, he's made a lot of dumb decisions, but at the end of the day, he is always going to make sure that Earth is safe and protected at the end of the day.
Is he? Because
And it's not even really up to him.
He's going to do his best to make sure that the Earth is safe.
He can try, but it's not up to him because we seen who it's up to at the end of the episode.
exactly, which my point was going to be brought up. So throughout this episode, Nolan and whatever the captain dude's name was talking about, oh, we going to put in this space system. We going to put in this space system. So he goes back to Mark's and Debbie's in them house and was like, yo.
Got his fish back.
He said, yo, Oliver is on Telestria, so I'm about to leave. The system's up. I'm out of here. Debbie say, well, you taking me with you.
I guess all about Paul and her breakup off.
That was so random.
It was needed.
It was definitely needed.
Paul did everything Amber should have done. After there's
Dating Mark when she was dating Mark.
yes. There is going to be a point where, as a non-superhero, if you were going to date a superhero, there are things that come with that you just have to kind of accept.
Yeah.
Amber struggled to deal with that reality. It's just like,
That's very true.
as a hero, you're probably always going to be gone. I'm probably going to see you hurt or end up in danger more often than not. Amber could not accept that and kind of forced Mark into an ultimatum where it's like, well, it's me or this world. Paul kind of had the same thing. Because again, Paul's dating Debbie. Yeah, Debbie isn't a hero herself, but Debbie is the mother of 2 superheroes. Debbie's constantly in this world. There's gonna be there's gonna be situations where, like you said, either Paul has to be the strong, supportive type because Debbie's watching her 2 kids get pulverized and beat the hell for no reason. She's got to go console them. Or a situation is kind of like the Langstrom situation where Debbie might get kidnapped on the one time. I think Paul realized he couldn't handle that. So it's just like, I'm still going to be friends with you, but I know in the long run, I probably won't be able to keep up with this emotionally and mentally. So it's best to end things now to where we can be cool and amicable so that this doesn't backfire on me in the long run.
I think the only difference with that is like, at least Paul knew about Debbie's lifestyle. Amber, well, she faked act like she didn't know about Mark, even though she knew about Mark, but they got mad at Mark because he didn't want to tell her because he was trying to conceal his identity. But I don't want to get into that. So I think that's where, and then she did give it a try when she did come around to find out, like, okay, but their worlds were just too completely different, you know. And I think Paul said it
scared
best.
that bitch. That's what it was. But another story.
It is scary.
Paul said it best. It was like, your life was never normal. Your life has never always been normal. Like you know, or as Twitter like to call it, she went back to her toxic ex because Paul was too much of the good guy and she got boring.
Okay.
Not to a degree.
Sure. But, so yeah, basically, Debbie and Nolan leave Earth. Eve said, you know what, Mark, you stressed, go take a flight. Cool. So he fly around the world, and then he run into the scariest thing he could have ever seen. Thrag.
We thought he was tripping
Earth.
again.
I also thought he tripped. I said, this got to be fake.
Definitely kept
Then they started fighting, and he was like, all right, bro, chill the fuck out.
You gotta acknowledge how he was aura forming,
He was.
waiting for Mark to show up. I said, this nigga Thrag just too cool, bruh.
He was just there
He was
chilling,
just,
waiting.
bruh, just the sun kiss method, the cape was blowing. I'm like,
He said, yeah, cool.
Is Thrag a villain?
No.
We will get to that momentarily. But basically, Mark tried to beat Thrag again. That wasn't happening. Thrag said, chill out. Let me tell you what's about to happen.
I'm gonna tell you about your
Either
future.
A, you gonna let us come in here, repopulate, and do our thug thizzle, and then we just gonna chill.
So we come to your trap and we take over your trap.
Basically,
Literally, Kirk
Mind you,
Cousins.
Kirk Cousins style.
No.
You already accepted it. You already agreed to it. Come on, man.
No, we're not doing that.
Running your
Top
trap.
quarterback on the Raiders right
Come
now.
on now. Come
Anywho,
on now.
mind you, everybody else is living a normal life except for Creed. He found out about cigarettes and motorcycles. He ain't going back.
Craig, that nigga named
And
Craig
shorties.
now. That's Craig.
40s. Okay,
His
Craig.
name is Craig. He ain't
Streets
Craig
said-
no more.
Streets
He
said in the
addicted
comic
to
book he got like 12
motorcycles.
baby moms.
I can explain.
A lot of them do.
You talking about Craig got a bunch of... I ain't surprised.
I'll talk about it after.
Okay.
Because I read that.
They're
And
repopulating.
mind you, Craig the same dude that got on Nolan back then talking about,
Yup.
made you weak. You soft. Woo woo. Now look, he talking about, hey, what's going on, baby?
He said, how could one speck of our life be that impactful to
He said,
you?
this earth shit kind of turned.
He called Nolan to hit the young jock. I understand it now.
I understand it.
Hung up.
But yes, basically, Thrag said you either go, hey, let us chill here, repopulate, or I'll blow this bitch up right now.
He said, you won't even have a decision. I'm just
I'm
gonna
just telling you
And
this
this is the
is
last
what
time we even gonna talk about this.
He
horse
said you ain't
season.
got to worry about me.
And I even
No, literally.
and then not even that said it in the sense of like, you can't even be mad that we doing this. You blew up our home. Where else you gotta go?
We
Do
go.
you think Martin made the right decision? If you was in
Yes.
Mark's shoes, what was
I
he
think
doing?
You
he
quite
was
literally have
being
no other
overly
decision.
stubborn.
You have no
You
other.
said what?
He was being overly stubborn. He
no
should have
other
accepted it from the jump. He shouldn't have.
But-
no, I will never accept.
But
Nick,
again-
you don't got a choice.
Y'all,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This,
You quite literally
my
didn't
roommate
have a
is helping
choice.
me out, I guess.
That's your roommate.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, you quite literally just he
It's
didn't.
one of Oliver's cousins.
So I've seen this lobster.
so-
and I got
so-
a tingly feeling.
But yeah, no, yeah. Thrag gave him an ultimatum with no choice, but having a choice, and just said, you can cry about it, you can complain about it, but at the end of the day, you caused the scenario. You got to live with the choices of your actions, and so do I. I don't want to be this pacifist, but guess what? I'm here to protect the Village legacy, and that means that we got to repopulate. So as much as I would love to crack your head in right now, I'm going to chill.
I'm chill out.
He said, I'm going to crack something else.
He said, do you accept the terms? He like, yes, I accept the
He's
terms.
like, cool, that's a bet.
He said, that's a bet. And he said, in a way, you're our savior.
And it's like, damn! Oh,
He said-
I want to hear that.
Drag dropping Thanos
He
lines.
dropped Thanos lines and just said, peace out, Girl Scout. You won't see from me again. And
Man.
He said, I spared you, you spared me.
Because remember, at the end of the day, you couldn't live with your own failures. So
And
where
where
did that bring you back to me? Come on, man.
But yeah, I also need to say Cecil's still not shit, and I'm gonna tell you why. You mean to tell me Cecil was able to detect Nolan pulling up that quick, but couldn't detect 30 children might just secretly go, unless he kind of.
this is my. I'm not gonna say this is the truth. This is just my thought and belief in it. I think the system was still because after the Invincible War and the Conquest and everything, I for some reason think the sensor itself was not working in the right manner.
Yeah, because didn't Nolan have to come back and fix it?
He had to come back. That's why Nolan stayed on Earth those couple days. He had to fix it. The system was down. Them niggas was probably already. I low-key think the Viltrumites was already there before they even got back to Earth. Obviously, we see that now. Obviously, we see that now. But I'm like, they got there when the system was detected. So when it goes up, the system was only designed to detect incoming Viltrumites coming into the Earth's orbit. If they're already under the orbit, there's no point. It's never gonna pick them up. That's how they stay low for so long.
Yeah, they integrated SAP too.
And they integrated SAP, so it's just like that. I think that's the only reason why that system never picked them up per se. Okay. But yeah, he gave them the ultimatum. He chose. He said, "Hey, this is what you gotta deal with now." So yeah, Thrag ends up leaving the planet. We don't know where he ends up. I do on the back end, but
I don't know.
I'll keep that for another time. But yeah, and then we literally just go. Mark just accepted the reality of like, damn, I just let my greatest enemies inhabit my planet, and I can't do a damn thing about it. And what's also even worse is because he did that on his own decision. Literally nobody on the planet knows except for Mark.
Except for Mark.
And unfortunately, because of Mark's character, he probably will not tell anyone until like shit hits the fan.
But also, it's like, what else?
There's
am I
not much.
going
There's
to
literally
do?
nothing they could do.
You want me to basically fight 40 individuals by myself?
And the problem is if you do say something, because obviously the coalition is geeking to find them, that's going to fuck shit up. And if Thrax finds out, that breaks their contract.
If Alan also finds out, then, so if you watch the end credit scene, basically, Alan is left a message by Thetis saying, if you see this, I'm probably dead, you the leader. Yep. I got an even stronger version of the Scourge virus that is going to affect not only Viltrumites, but anybody else that is genetically compatible, which basically means if you drop this shit on Earth, ain't no more Earth.
Yep.
So, now it's like, what do I do? What do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do?
So that just makes you think, and in closing, what do you think is going to be brought up in season 5, and how are they going to go about it?
Well, there's one scene I know that's going to be brought up in season 5 that we probably can't talk about.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's going to happen in season 5. They have to, but it's the way they're going to have to do it, because they have a fight.
Not to get too deep into it, we'll just move on. But I would say maybe some Dark Blood again.
For sure.
I would say we might get an update on Machine Head. Obviously, Monster Girl and Rudy.
Some better animation.
I think we get an update on Thrag.
Yes.
Because he does not stay on. He actually, when he said you will not see him again, he meant that because Thrag is the only one that actually didn't stay on Earth. Thrag went somewhere else. And if you go back and look at the first 4 seasons, we know where he went. It's actually very obvious.
I got a pretty strong feeling on where he went.
It's a very obvious choice when you think about their final mission and all of this.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get an update of that on that. I do think that we will see. I would like to see maybe Oliver and Mark develop a little more. I would like to see Mark. I feel like he's still gonna be having a lot of anxiety and different mental issues. But I do. But that's one thing that we did see towards the end of the episode. Mark did go back to Cecil and said, "Hey, you did say you had professionals that I could talk to and work with to help me deal with the amount of stress and anxiety that I'm dealing with." Because we did see Mark have one of his PTSD attacks in front of Cecil, where Mark envisioned Cecil getting slain by Thrag. So I do think that we'll hopefully see maybe Mark a little bit, maybe not super healed, but a little more sure of himself in terms of just being a hero and kind of knowing like moments where he has to be a little bit more decisive than others. I'd like to see Oliver more developed as a hero. Maybe
I feel like he'd be like 23 by the time to come out. Well, I don't think he'd be older than Mark by the next season.
Type shit because
I think physically he will, but I think like he will still be like
not mentally, but
but yeah.
Don't even get me started. Well, that was a very lengthy episode of Invincible Season 4 review by the Four Brothers.
So much shit happened. Best season of the show so far.
Fast round. Rank the seasons. Go.
So I'm going to go
4, 3,
season
2,
4, season 2, season 3, season 1.
Really? One at the bottom? Mm-hmm. Okay. Adam, go.
4, 3, 1, 2.
4, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Jacob, go.
4, 2, 1, 3.
Yeah. Well, y'all really rock.
Oh no.
Sorry, it's crazy.
4, 1, 3, 2.
3 got me back into the show.
I'm going 4, 3, 1, 2.
Bruh.
And I like 2, but yeah, I'm going 4, 3, 1, 2.
Yeah, man, the twins had me. It was a lot of shit that was going on in season 2, bro.
It was a lot of shit.
It was more Engstrom Levy though, but
Yeah.
that's another day for another conversation. But if you enjoyed that episode of the Four Brothers podcast talking about Invincible Season 4, if you haven't seen it yet, you need to go watch it. I don't know why you even watched the whole episode then. But if you did enjoy this, please, I need y'all to smash the like button.
Come on now.
I need y'all to...
Podcast smashed it, if you will, please.
Come on now.
He was about to put that nigga.
I need y'all to conquest headbutt the comments. Tell us some of your favorite moments from season 5,
Yeah, we want to hear from y'all.
Yeah, or if you've read the comics, because at this point
I don't need no comic.
not any spoilers, but you know what I'm saying. Or because at this point,
Keep it within where the animation's at.
Robert Kirkman did confirm that seasons 7 through 9 have been planned for Invincible.
5 is on
so we'll see that. Hopefully, we'll see that in like the next
better
couple years.
animation.
Hey, watch out. The animation is fun.
It is, but it's gonna be better.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all want Invincible every year, or do y'all want it every 2 to 3 years?
I actually rewatched it,
They got the money. It's Amazon.
Do you want it every 2 to 3 years, or do y'all want it yearly?
They got the money. It's Amazon.
All right, then. And this has been another episode of the Four Brothers Podcast. We will catch y'all next time.
Protect your peace.
Protect your peace.
Yes, indeed. We'll
Protect
catch y'all
Marcus.
later.
He need a prayer.
Not let us.